Welcome to Palm Harbor Local, the podcast dedicated to building community and sharing inspiring stories from the heart of Palm Harbor. I'm your host, Donnie Hathaway, and today we are joined by Anthony Santiago, who is the owner and founder of First Class Detailing. Now, Palm Harbor Local is all about spotlighting individuals and businesses who are making a difference, overcoming challenges, and fostering connections right here in our hometown. If you're passionate about growing together, getting involved, and celebrating the individuals who make Palm Harbor thrive, you're exactly where you need to be. In today's episode, you'll discover why Anthony got started detailing at such a young age and some of the challenges that go along with running a successful detailing business. And we'll also talk about how Anthony balances work while being present for his family. Now, don't forget to connect with us on Instagram at Palm Harbor Local for behind the scenes highlights and join our weekly newsletter at palmharborlocal.com. Now let's dive in and build community together. Anthony, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate you.
Dude, I'm excited to chat with you. Obviously, we've known each other. I don't know when we first met or how old, but long time. Little kids.
Well, I played ball with your brother.
Yeah.
Right? And that was probably 5th, 6th grade. Your dad was my coach.
Yeah.
So, what are you, 12-ish in 5th grade, 6th grade?
That sounds about right.
So 12 minus 30-something.
Yeah.
It's about 20 years.
Yeah,
20,
crazy.
25 or something, yeah.
25 years.
You're old.
I'm a couple years older than you. That's crazy. We, what was it? Like, we had like our 20-year reunion from high school recently, and that's just like wild to think.
It makes you conceptualize time.
Yeah.
Like with
like,
the
wow,
stamp.
20 years.
Yeah.
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 It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but
if it's not your reunion or your kids or your gray hairs, like,
yeah,
it tells you, hey, time's passing by.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Gray hairs. The gray hairs have come in. Your beard is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your business first.
Yeah. Yeah.
First Class Detailing.
That's right.
When did you start that?
I started, I opened my business in 2008. I graduated in 07. I opened it in 08. It was originally called Car Cleaning Concepts.
Okay.
For the first, I think, 2 years or 3 years, which I felt was like kind of limiting because there's RVs, there's boats, and when you think car cleaning concepts, I thought it was a good little ring to it, CCC, make a logo out of it. And I didn't really have a direction, and then I figured out fast and quick that I wanted to work on fancy stuff, nice cars, rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, man, I got to switch this around. So I think on like year number 2 or 3, I went from car cleaning concepts to First Class Detailing.
Okay.
But, the hustle started in 08,
Mm-hmm.
when things were bad.
Mm-hmm.
08 was a bad time for the economy, and I was 19 at the time, had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Just went for it.
Why did you want to do that?
Well, I've always been into cars ever since I was this tall.
Okay.
I've always been OCD, neat freak, clean, organized. And I wanted to work on cars at some capacity, but like I didn't want to turn wrenches. I liked the aspect of making a car look cool, making it look nice. And so, I think at 19, there's not really a whole lot of thought process into what you're doing, which can be both good and bad.
Yeah.
But
right.
at least in a good way, you don't talk yourself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
In a bad way, you just have no clue what you're actually doing. But, putting the 3 traits together, OCD, loving cars, wanting to work on cars, but not turn wrenches, detailing sounded like the route to go. And so gave it a shot,
Did you do any of that in high school or just for your own?
No,
personal
it's funny. I applied at during high school, I applied at 2 or 3 detail shops, never got the job. Everybody wanted somebody with experience. I had none. I was just a young kid, wanted to work.
Yeah.
And, I kept my car clean, my personal car. And I enjoyed keeping it clean, like it was fun to me, so why not get paid for it? And so I applied at a few places. A few friends of mine worked at a few detail shops, couldn't get in anywhere. I was like, you know what? Just do it myself.
Yeah.
Buy a van, throw some equipment in there, water tank, generator, pressure washer. let's go at it.
Ready
you
to
know?
roll. What has the business changed since you got into it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not just your business, but just, like detailing specifically.
Yeah, I think my industry has changed.
Yeah.
The automotive industry has changed.
Mm.
Business itself has changed. People have changed.
Mm-hmm.
The dynamic of consumer spending and shopping has changed. I mean, like, it's, business 5 years ago is different than 10 years ago versus 15,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on year 17, headed towards 18, so, like, it's not the same, you
Yeah.
know. And then for me personally, too, inside of my business, I originated as a driveway mobile wash guy, young kid. And so, those are all small tickets. Back in '08, those are $40 washes, $80 washes, And then as I've evolved inside the business, you start to offer protection services, window tint, paint protection film, ceramic coatings, show car stuff, wet sanding. And so
Mm-hmm.
now at the shop, back in the day, we had $50, $75 average ticket, and now it's a $2,000 average ticket. Somebody could spend, I mean, if you wanted to, you could spend 30 grand at the shop,
Yeah.
at a detail shop,
Yeah.
So, yeah, going from driveway wash kid to a full-blown protection and restyling shop from '08 to 25, everything's different. Everything.
Did you at what point did you know like you would end up where you're at now, like doing what you're doing right now, as far as like the type of cars you're working on, like the type of the protection services you mentioned, like did you have that foresight to be like, yeah, that's what I want to get to?
Well, I was the kid who had 20 model cars,
Yeah.
on the dresser. Like, that was my thing. I loved cars as a kid. Probably from, like, 5 all the way up to when I got my license. Like, cars were just... I loved cars. And so I knew I loved cars and then nice cars on top of that. So I knew what I wanted to work on. But, like, as I got into detailing, my preconceived notion back then was wash, wax, buff.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what paint protection film was. I had no idea what window tint was. I had no idea what restoration level car detailing was. I had no idea. So it was just a natural evolution of getting into something that has many different subsets inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Similar like to you in real estate. There's short-term rentals, long-term rentals,
Yeah.
commercial. Once you get into it, it's like, wow, look at all this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how detailing is. It could be as simple as a wash and wax, or we could have a car completely disassembled, changing the color and doing everything to it. But I feel like you don't really know that stuff until you're exposed
Mm-hmm.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know, but it was just a natural growth process of how do we make it look better.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make more money? How do we make this more fun? And so you go from small ticket to large ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't intentionally. It was just slow and steady over
Yeah.
15 years or so.
Just doing the things that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focusing on that.
All the stuff I used to do on a video game,
Yeah.
make a car from white to purple, put these wheels, it just went the way that now that I look back on it, it's like, oh, I was supposed to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Like subconsciously I was already doing it as a kid,
Yeah. So you've been in business for a long time. What are some things like you've learned that could be valuable for somebody who is, early on in their business journey, or at some point they want to start their own business?
I mean, quite honestly, it's all the cliche stuff that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really is. It's live a life of servitude. You come last. Everybody comes first. Everybody's got a problem. They want your resolve.
Mm-hmm.
On the like interpersonal side of it, like nobody gives a fuck how you feel, what you got going on. They just want the service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people, whether you sell houses, whether you sell details, whether you sell watches, whatever, that people just want what they want. And so if you're having a bad day, if things are messed up in your life, or if things are even great, nobody cares. They just want the service.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, that was probably, you know, it's not natural, I think, to human biology to be in business.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's delayed gratification. Everything is do it now, reap the benefit later. You know, everything is people before you, right? And like, I think internally, biologically, you would want to be taken care of first.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of entrepreneurship, and especially when you start something from zero, you know, no funding, small business, you know, a lot of it is simply just put yourself to the side and do what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees outside. It doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees outside. It doesn't matter if the economy is booming or if the economy is tanking. You just have to do what you got to do,
Mm-hmm.
period.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, you take all that, you put it into a box, and it's just serving people at any capacity.
Mm-hmm.
If it's healthcare, if it's selling cars, cleaning cars, you know, it's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You're just talking to people.
Yeah.
Networking.
Sharing this conversation.
Make somebody laugh. Connect at some type of level. You know, whether that's a quick 5-minute quote on the phone, or if it's a 15-minute drop in at the shop, or somebody's picking up their car, or you're talking to them about, you know, how to like profile somebody to find a house for them to buy.
Yeah.
The more you know about said prospect, potential client, the more you can help serve them.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think at the core of it, it's a lot of it is just take care of people.
Yeah.
Period.
Simple. And yeah.
Simple when said,
Yeah,
not when
yeah.
done.
Yeah, but it's simple in the concept, right? And then it's like, how do and then you internally you got to reflect on like, okay, how do I want to serve people? Like, what do I want to do?
Yeah, there's different styles
Yeah.
to doing so. You know?
And like, what business do I want? What speaks to me? Like, cars spoke to you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's important for if somebody is starting a business, I think they have to understand, and don't get me wrong, there's always outliers.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, people have to understand whether you're starting something for passion that you love and you enjoy, or you're doing something for profit. Because there's certain industries that are just hard to make a lot of money in, period. And there's other industries that are easy to make a lot of money in. You could be a half-assed business owner and still be very much successful. And some industries are just not like that. You could be all the way composed, all the way put together, run a tight ship, and you're still not going to be rewarded in the same aspect of other industries.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if somebody's just getting started, you got to come to terms and kind of evaluate, is this a passion thing because I enjoy it and I love it? Or is this a profit thing because I want to enjoy and love the money? Because it's very, very rare that you love the money and love the thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many people you know that absolutely love what they do and are making $1 million a year?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people who hate what they do and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who love what they do and they take care of their family.
Yeah.
You know, not bad. But how many people do you know that are in love with their occupation or business or whatever it is, and also are killing it? That's like the lotto, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think goes into that though? Is it just like they're just dialed into like who they are and like what they're passionate about, and they've locked in so much on that that passion that they've been able to make a lot of money doing it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
like, do you think everybody has the ability to do that? To like, you know, I'm passionate about this and I'm so passionate about it, I'm going to make a lot of money doing it as well.
I don't think everybody has the ability to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think every industry has the ability to make. There's somebody making $1 million right year, $1 million a year right now recycling cans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? There's somebody making $1 million a year right now picking up dog poop.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Right? But that takes a special individual to push it there, and I don't think everybody has that.
True.
You know, some people might not agree with me, but I think, I mean, listen, I'm 5'7" on a good day. Okay, I'm not dunking a basketball.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Okay, it might if I put my whole entire soul and effort into it, and I think that's the same thing with entrepreneurship. Like, I don't think some people have the risk tolerance and the stress tolerance innately to go and be their own boss, create their own thing. And you might, if you consciously put effort into risk tolerance, stress tolerance, and delayed gratification. I think that's why a lot of people go out of business in 2-3 years, 3-4 years, you know, because it's like, man, I'm putting in so much and I'm not getting anything back.
Yeah.
It's like, well, for how long can you sustain that?
Yeah.
You know, so I think the right person can make $1 million a year doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everybody can make $1 million a year, even in the easiest industry.
Yeah.
I think entrepreneurship is essentially, I think, deep down in my heart, I think it's a lifestyle. You live in a state of business, right? And you figure out how to live your life inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really do. And, you know, obviously, if you have the right staff, you compose the right team, you do the right thing, you can remove yourself in due time. But that's incredibly hard to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like putting together an all-star team. Like, that's why there's not very many of them, you know?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I would agree. It is a lifestyle, right? And it can be fun, but it can also be difficult.
Yeah. At one point in time, I hated working 100 hours a week. Now, you know, technically, I'm a text away at all times, no matter what day it is. It's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there a mindset shift that you had to go through to like appreciate that and
absolutely
embrace that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started when I was 19. I also moved out of my mom's house at the same time, so like full court pressure at that point, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, who I was then was a different man than I am today. And as much as I had to learn how to just grow up as a human, I also had to learn how to grow up running a business, which was tough. And so, yeah, I think there's seasonality to business. There's seasonality to getting older, you know. Right now, there's things that are important to you that were never once important before. Right now, there's things that you may have never even thought about that are on the front of your list to do today, you know. And same thing with business, you know. So, yeah, it's season. You know, it's not you're not just gonna wake up and be the guy who you need to be, or the woman you need to be.
Yeah, the whole seasonality thing. I think I heard that. I think he said seasons, like from Nick Barry. I used to listen to some of his podcasts, and he called them sprints, right? Like you go through sprints in life, or sometimes you got to give it like 110%.
Yeah, that's relevant.
Sometimes you can dial it back, right? And I think like just grasping that concept like allows you the freedom to like, okay, I'm just going through a sprint right now. I'm just going through a tough season of life right now.
Yeah.
And you know, just allows you to be more comfortable in those times and stuff, and just enjoy it too, right? Because it's, you know, yeah, it's hard. Life is hard. Business is hard. And it's always going to be hard. Like none of that's going to change, you know. Investing is extremely important, but it can also be somewhat confusing. With taxes, asset allocation, stocks, bonds, and funds, to know what to do with all this could be overwhelming. Jacob Wade is a financial coach and will work directly with you to put together a roadmap for your money, for life. Jacob has built a name for himself as a finance expert, and you can find his writings in places like Forbes Advisor, Money.com, Investopedia, and Time.com. But he has a passion for helping people create a clear and simple investment roadmap to buy back their time and retire with confidence. If you could use a financial coach on your team, then simply go to palmharborlocal.com/roadmap to book a call with Jacob today and see if hiring a financial coach could help you crush your 2025 goals. Don't wait to have that same feeling next year of not hitting your financial goals. Connect with Jacob today and let's make 2025 your best financial year yet.
I think I heard this somewhere, but like the only constant is all the variables.
Yeah.
It's never solidified, unless if you make, Facebook or Tesla or, that's different. But even those things, they come and go.
Oh,
You know, how many big technology companies do you see that are around for 5 or 10 years, they don't innovate and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Right? And like, it's forever changing.
Yeah.
Forever.
I mean, just like Facebook and Tesla, like what they're, constantly having to adapt and change and
reiterate.
Version
2796.
Right.
It's like that's season number 2000. It's a constant. You always got to. That's the other tough thing I think about owning a business too is I guess you're operating in this 3-month season, so to speak. But really, your head as a business owner, you're out 2 or 3 seasons in front of active time, right? And so like you're constantly computing what's going on and then what's about to take place, and like it's kind of stressful a little bit. I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially like I only have 3 guys who work for me, but I often think times, I've got some customers of mine that have 100 or 200 employees, or you think about a company like Ford or GM or Amazon, like 100,000, 200,000 employees,
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
Yeah.
You
start like where you're at, right? You get a couple employees and then you get a couple more.
Wasn't Jeff Bezos in one man in an office doing coding or something, and here he is. Amazon's been around a long time, but
right
now look at it.
Yeah.
Pretty
much everyone uses Amazon.
Again, another cliche thing. It's one foot in front of the other, The 1,000,000-mile journey starts with the first step. Cliche. It's all cliche.
Yeah.
Once you go through it and you experience all the stuff, all the hardship and all the stuff, it's all that cliche stuff your grandpa told you or you heard on the internet. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's so true. What have been some challenges for you as far as from the business standpoint? Some things that you've had a hard time with?
People and money.
People, like managing people?
Yeah.
And just funding, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, customer calls, you have to pinpoint who they are, what they need. Employee asks for a job, you have to pinpoint who they are and what they need. And then between those 2 variables, you got to figure out how to pull a dollar out of it. And so like that's not easy, especially in a service industry, which we sell. Ultimately, we just sell work ethic. I sell labor. I don't sell a bottle of water.
Right.
I don't sell a hat. Right, where I'm just selling you a product, still requires ethic and stuff, but like our end result is a byproduct of how good our ethic is. And so like it's hard in the service world, HVAC, plumbing, detailing, lawn care, anything that is a trade business. I think it's extremely tough because every customer is different, every employee is different. You have to manage, I've got a book of 5,000 or 6,000 customers. I've had 80-something employees over the years. And so, it's adult babysitting for money. And I mean that because that's truthfully what it is. Now, it's not like I'm inconvenienced by it.
Right.
Like that's my job. That's my role is to make sure I hire the right people to do the right thing for the right person paying the right dollar amount. But that's been the hardest part is understanding how to handle clients and understanding how to handle employees. Because, and then sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes those two things they clash.
Yeah.
This employee doesn't like going to this customer's house. This customer doesn't like this employee. And it's like, okay, how do I tiptoe around this and don't lose anything out of it? Definitely the hardest thing. I think specific to what I do, finding the right clients or the right type of clients is easy. You know, you can find rich people if you look for them.
Yeah.
They're not hard to find.
Yeah.
Selecting services, not hard. You know, finding the right equipment, the right SOPs, everything, the right structure to run your business, payroll, all that stuff, not hard. But bringing a young guy in through the door, because my demographic for staff is 25 to 35. You bring those in through this door, you have to tune them up and send them off to the right client who is happy with that individual. You know, so yeah, hardest thing for me has been people management and money management.
Yeah, it's almost. I had a broker. Did you ever do anything with like personality types, like understanding like different?
You know, I did. What's that called again?
There's a bunch of them, right? But
yeah, I forget what it's
like
called. Like
Myers-Briggs is one. There's True Colors is another one.
I think that's what we use, Myers-Briggs.
Okay. Yeah.
But I forget what that's called. It's like a term
like a
that they
wheel,
call
like
it.
a personality wheel or something.
Something like that. Yeah. But yeah, I tried it, and I'm about to get deep on this here. So I tried that, but I don't think personality types is really like what you're after. Because you could have a certain personality type but have a different goal than your team. I think if you can get multiple personality types, because one can complement another.
For sure.
One can fill in for another, right? Somebody might be outgoing, somebody may not. Somebody might like to work long hours, somebody may not. And those things go hand in hand. You need them. It's yin and yang. But if you can get the right people assembled with the right vision, the right objective, the right goal, I think that's more important than who those people are, in my opinion. As long as you're hiring good, decent people. I'm not saying you can just hire anybody.
Do you think like those? Yeah, I think I hear what you're saying, right? Like there can be a combination of different personality types that still fit like your ultimate goal as a business owner.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from a perspective of the business owner, like understanding personality types, I think
super
allows
important.
You to
it's the most important thing.
Period. Because your employees, like you got to understand them, like what makes them tick and how you can help them.
Yeah.
Operate in their, operate to the level that you want them to operate at.
Absolutely.
And then same thing, like understanding your clients' needs and how to handle their, how to service them.
It's one big HR EQ play. Is all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to be the smartest guy. You just have to be able to deal with multiple personality types.
Yeah.
Ask the right questions, extract the right data, analyze the data, figure out what this guy wants, how he wants it, and for what price. Find the right guy to give that to him and make a profit out of it.
Yeah.
I think EQ is super important. People skills. Listen, if you're not a people person, I don't think business is going to work.
No.
I don't think so at all. If you can't converse with somebody at the bar in an elevator for no reason for 30 minutes, like it's probably not going to work out. And that's just a starting point.
Yeah.
It's a necessity of entrepreneurship for sure. And I didn't start out that way either. I'm what you would refer to as a tradesman built business. I didn't come into business understanding business whatsoever. I came into business understanding that I wanted to do what I was doing no matter what. Then I got really good at doing what I do 5-7 years later. And because I was so good at what I do, it was easy to scale it and drive demand. But not in terms of doing it structurally as a business, marketing, strategic partnerships, like all of that stuff came at the end, like backwards, But when you deliver a good service, people ask for it. People want it, no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If the value's there, they'll buy it. But I didn't start out being a good people person. It was like I was a kid, you know. Give me your keys. I'm gonna make this thing look good for you. I'm gonna give it back to you. You're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to know what's your wife's name, your husband's name, how many kids you got, what you do for a living. I just want to do the car and make sure you're happy.
Yeah.
You know. But as I got older and as I got further into business, I realized, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but sometimes quality is not paramount.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just service. You know, like if I go somewhere and it's got really, really good food, but the service is shitty, I probably might not come back.
No.
But if I go somewhere where food is decent, it's pretty good, and the service is amazing because I was taken care of, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend more money there.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a really good point that you just made, because I couldn't agree more. I think that's the most important thing. And I say it all the time in real estate too, because there's so many different people involved in a transaction, and there has to be like clear communication, like constant communication throughout like the transaction process.
Yeah.
And anytime we've had a deal go south, or there's been someone get upset about one thing or another, it's because there's been a lack of communication.
Yeah, lack of service.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who touch one deal in what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, what is there? There's seller's agent, buyer's agent, the finance people.
Yeah. Title.
The title,
home
the inspector.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's got to go through 7 or 8 people smooth.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, that's tough.
Yeah.
And that's all that is HR.
Yeah. Managing people.
That's it.
Yeah, so it's almost like if you can just master that, like it's like, what business do you want to do?
Yeah.
What are you passionate about?
Yeah. I think the best way to get exposure, you know, let's say somebody listening is like on the fence about, man, do I want to start my own thing or not? 2 things I would first assess is, do I have a risk tolerance? Do I have a stress tolerance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's like important. 3, can I deal with people? Okay, and then the best way, like, is say you're borderline about that stuff. I think the best way to get exposure is going into something that requires sales.
Yeah.
That's how you get the most exposure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's really another occupation outside of a sales role where you'll communicate with 10, 20, 40, 80, 160 people in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and repetition creates mastery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more you do it, the better you get at it. And if you can do it for somebody else, doing, example, 100 cold calls a day, getting 80 no's before you get 20 maybes, getting 20 maybes before you get 2 yeses.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do it for somebody else, you could do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's like, you got to get that out the way. Sometimes I think to myself, I should have not started my business so early. But then other times I'm like, it's probably a good thing that I went in everything on 0. You know, I flipped pizza before I started my business. Like, that's what it was, you know?
Did you, like, flipping pizza? Were you involved with, were you just cooking?
No.
So no customer service?
Dude, I can spin a pizza like you wouldn't believe. Dude, I can throw it in the air, roll it down my shoulders. I'm nasty with the pizza dough. I'm not even lying.
I want to get a pizza oven at the house. And
That'd be cool.
I love making pizza and stuff.
Dude, one day I got to my customer's house.
Yeah.
They had my buddy Sean, he owns a moving company, Black Label,
Mm-hmm.
and we're pulling up to clean their Range Rover, and he's dropping off like a 7,000-pound brick pizza oven to my customer's house. I'm like, who the hell buys a real... No, dropping it off.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, who the hell buys a real... I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah. Like a brick oven pizza?
Yeah.
A brick oven?
Like what you would see in a pizza restaurant. Like literally a brick
at their
oven.
house.
Yeah. They got like 6 guys trying to move this thing. Everybody's struggling. I feel like it's going to knock down a wall. Like it... I'm like, who buys a pizza oven like that?
Yeah.
You got to love pizza for that.
Yeah. Wow. But you can cook. So I got into this like a couple years ago. Oh, that's what it was. I was trying to make pizza dough, like my own pizza dough. And
Sourdough.
So I got it. I did try to do a little bit of sourdough once, but before
It's tough.
it was pizza
It's
before. I was
tough.
just trying to make the dough and stuff, and so I made a couple batches. But it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife went on like a 6-month run of sourdough bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had no idea what making dough was about, and then
Yeah.
she went through it, dude. It was
It's pretty cool. Like if you can
a lot of
get good at
attention
it.
and love.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So I watched a bunch of videos on making pizzas or whatever, and Ghazni, that's the name of the pizza oven, like a little portable pizza oven, and they have bigger ones and stuff. But they're cooking like steaks and all this other food and stuff in these
Oh, yeah.
ovens. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
it's totally worth it.
Real food. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Do you eat pizza a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot. I mean, we eat pizza. We try to eat real healthy, but
Yeah.
I might eat pizza maybe a couple times a month.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, not often. I love it though.
What's your favorite pizza spot around here?
What is this, Fireside over here?
Yeah.
I love Fireside.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Fireside. I also really like Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the franchise, they're all over the
Mhm.
place. They're really good. They got good wings too.
Mm.
Those are like the two pizza spots that I'll order pizza from or go eat pizza at.
Yep.
And then if it's like at the house, I don't know if you've ever had Amy's Pizza,
Mm-mm.
frozen pizza.
No.
They got bought out by a big company, so they're not as clean as they used to be.
Oh, okay.
But it used to be a really, really clean frozen pizza, organic. You could just take it out the freezer, put it in the oven, and it's
Nice.
fire.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, I could probably eat 3 of them, dude. I love it.
I love Fireside.
Fireside's awesome.
Have you been to Corvo Bianco?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, them too.
They
They have amazing fries, too. I don't know if you've tried their fries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, easy on the carbs, but hey, the fries are
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. All in a brick oven. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
I like that place a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of like all the spots around here, growing up here, did you ever think about like moving to a different state? Like you grew up in Florida like your entire life?
I was born in New York,
Okay.
and then we moved to Orlando when I was 2,
Okay.
and then we moved to Clearwater when I was about 9.
Okay.
So I've been here since I was like 9 or 10. This is home,
Yeah.
you know.
You like this area, obviously.
Yeah, it's what I know.
Yeah. Did you ever think
You
about
know.
going elsewhere?
By the time I could conceptualize moving, I was already a few years into my
Into the
business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like my wife, you know, she's mentioned a few times, it'd be cool to live here, live there. I'm like, yeah, if I could distance myself from my business, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But currently the way I'm structured, I'm not distanced.
Could you open up multiple locations? Like, is that an easy thing to?
I mean, hypothetically, yeah. You know, I could hire like a franchising company and get me all structured and tuned up to multiply. Cost some money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest, I got it easy right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 guys. It's low overhead. I make good money.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an awesome group of clients. You know, ever since things got weird with the economy, let's just say 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like 23-ish. I finally have been able to breathe because we haven't been so busy. So it's been 15 years of hustling, grinding. And then when things got slow, I looked at Lena, I'm like, you know, if this is the first time I'm going to be slow, I'll just take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going on 2 years of being slow. Still good. Everything's fine. But
Yeah.
we're just slower than we
Yeah.
were. And I'm going to be honest, man. It's I've been trying to rally myself up to go grind again.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like
Well, your grind is a lot harder than other people's grind, right? It's like
Yeah.
physical and.
Well, yeah, for my staff, yeah. And
Yeah.
I jump in and out, you know, of
Yeah.
the labor. I'm not always required to be in for labor, but I am forward facing to the client. I make all the sales, all the appointments, swipe every card,
Mm-hmm.
collect every dollar, make every deposit, write every check, you know, order all the inventory. So like I have a lot that I have to do. But it's not very often these days that in a squatted position, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if the guys need help, if they need alleviation, or if somebody's out on vacation, I jump right in there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, my internal talks of going back to working hard is fielding every call, fielding every text, every online lead, calling everybody 5 times, you know, sales flow, where are we at, procurement,
Mm-hmm.
push, 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 push. Okay, it didn't work. How's the discount? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
that's the new form of grinding.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been telling myself that we should do that, and I just can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah. You're in a different season right now.
I'm really enjoying being a dad. Is
Yeah.
what it is.
How old are your kids?
My daughter's 4.5. My son's 2.5, and it's amazing.
Okay. So we're like right there. We're 5 and 3.
Yeah, yeah. And growing up, I didn't really have the whole homey, lovey life household, and so now that, and neither did my wife, and so now that the two of us to get together can create that,
That's cool.
it's like we're in love all over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like it's, I look forward to going home.
Yeah.
Like I used to love getting after it, working like nobody else would, you know. 16 hours, I did it because you won't, you know, like that was my mentality. But now having kids is like I just came from swim practice, right? Left the shop, I'm like, swim practice, podcast, yeah.
There you go.
That sounds good,
Yeah.
you know. So like it's a different season, you know. It's working, but I do want to get back to building and pushing and getting uncomfortable again. You know, it needs to happen at some point here once the economy starts to trend back up and things aren't so weird anymore.
Yeah.
Once the automotive industry turns around.
Yeah. I think that's cool, man. I would agree with you. Like there is they're at this age too, right? Like they're only this age for, you know, a short period of time, right? And they're only going to be there for a short period of time before they want to do other things besides spend time with mom and dad. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, soak up all of that you can.
I've heard a
like,
lot of people say it's like up till 10.
Yeah.
At 10, you're no longer
Changes.
cool
Yeah.
for your kid, you know? So like every time they ask me to pick them up, I pick them up.
Yeah.
You know, every time they ask for a kiss, I give them a kiss. Every time they ask me to put their shoes on, I put them, because it's cliche, but like you never know when that's going to be the last time they ask you to pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
That you never know when it's the last time they ask you to put their shoes on.
Yeah. Speaking of that, my daughter now, our oldest, when we take her into school, we like walk into the building, and then her classroom's like a little bit further back, a couple doors back. And now this was like a couple weeks ago, she was like, I want you to drop me off. I think because one of our other classmates do it. She's like, I want you to drop me off at the door. So we walk in the first door, and then she walks to like the back of the building, like where her classroom is. And so like that's her routine now. Like we used to have to like walk her into the classroom, help her put her stuff up. And now we're already getting kicked out.
Yeah, as a dad, it's a happy and sad moment all rolled into it. Like
it
you don't
is.
know how to feel about it.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
It's makes me emotional, but like being a dad's cool. Like I didn't, you know, your preconceived notion of parenthood before you're a parent is way different than when you're actually in it.
No idea.
Yeah. Like I was stressed out when my wife was pregnant. I'm like, man, how are we gonna do this? What's gonna happen? Like, oh my gosh, down to a single income household, and like, you know, what is about to happen? And then you get into it, you know, you put your boots on, you go stomping around, and it's like, this is nice, you know? I kind of like this, you know?
Yeah. How long did it take you to like settle in and be like, oh, this is like, I got this, like I enjoy this? And
I'd say probably the first time that my daughter called me and we had a full conversation.
Oh yeah.
Like open topic, close, conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, you know, it's a 2.5-year-old conversation, but it's like she asked her mom to call me. I talked to her on the phone. There's a subject, you know, we talk about what was going on. Okay, Daddy, love you, bye, you know. And like at that point I was like, this is worth it.
Yeah.
Like this is cool. So cool. This is cool. Yeah. And then the next level to that was having 2 kids. And then when you see them interact together, you know, like my daughter can't read. She's 4 now. She's learning her letters and her numbers, but she can't read. And she'll grab my son they'll grab a book, they'll sit down together, lean against the wall, and she'll just thumb through the pages and explain what the pictures are. You know, and like one day I came home from work, they didn't know I came home, and they're in the room and the door's cracked. They're playing in her room by themselves. Mom's in the kitchen, and so I'm just looking through the crack of the door, and she's reading to him, and I'm like, yeah, brothers, I don't think there's anything that could piss me off. Like I've got everything, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I was like, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, business wise, work wise, whatever. I've got love in my house, and that's primary to me at this point. And growing, building a business, chasing dreams, as much as I am a A-type personality, Capricorn, like I'm pretty much supposed to be a business owner. Like as much as I want to be all that, the love in my house is far, far more influential than being successful, you know. And for some people it's the opposite, you know. Like some people chase money and then they're distant from their kids, which is fine, you know. Do what works for you. But for me, this is the season of like, man, I'm a dad, you know.
And I think you can have both, right? There's balance there, and I think there's also, like you said, there's seasonalities to it, right?
Yeah.
Like you've grown a business to this point now, and now you're enjoying the life that you've built so far, and then at some point, like you'll get back into like, okay, we're in the growing season now, and we're gonna grow the business again.
Yeah. I Lena and I, we conversed about this topic and like, you know, where I should be positioning my efforts, and we're on the same page. We both feel like the kids are important right now. My industry and the economy right now, there's a lot of abrasion for an upward growth cycle. And so like grinding is one thing when all the variables are correct.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Right now for me, all the variables are not correct. So if I'm going to go grind, it's going to be an extra grind. And so, you know, you could say I'm getting lazy or I'm being smart. I don't know which one to call it, but I'm cherry picking the work, cherry picking the clients, taking it for what it is, trying to soak up as much kid time as I can, and basically just stalling out, waiting for things to turn around so that way growth isn't so strenuous. Because I'm watching, there's another shop in town. They came in maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and man, they're working hard as hell to make it happen. You know, and like I did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
I paid my dues. Not really interested in that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But when things go back to how they were,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get after it.
You're ready to go.
Yeah, and some people might say, "Oh, you shouldn't wait." Okay, whatever. I'm waiting.
Yeah, you do, man. I think that's cool. Like, you know, just to be able to recognize that and just be accepting of it and okay with that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a young business owner, sometimes it is really difficult to talk to yourself. Like, hey, chill out.
Yeah.
Things aren't right.
Yeah.
Stay the course. Do what you got to do to keep the doors open.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to take care of the family. But right now, it's not about pushing forward, and that's like a internal mind fuck, so to speak, because it's counterintuitive to what a business owner would naturally want to do.
100%.
You know. But I did about a year ago. I did give it a nice push, and I just saw that the ad spend wasn't returning. Consumer habits are changing inside of my industry, and it's like it's a lot of abrasion right now to have a busy detail, protection, restyling shop. It's tough.
Yeah.
Cars aren't selling, interest rates are high, so like people aren't gonna come spend willingly $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on their new car at the shop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, makes sense. So what do you where can people find your business online, and then what do you want people to know about what you offer? Well,
URL is firstclassdetailing.com. Instagram is First Class Detailing LLC. Facebook is First Class Detailing. You can find me YouTube too. YouTube, I believe, is
nice.
First Class Detailing 08, I believe, is our YouTube. But yeah, I mean, if you were gonna, I'll talk to the mic in terms of if you were a potential client, what would you want to know? And I mean, you already know. I use the best products.
Mm-hmm.
I pride myself on using top-notch stuff. You know, my work ethic is incredible. I have a great group of guys who work for me. We're all aligned. We're all on the same page. All of us are family men. And I think it's different when you buy a product from somebody who is 2, 3, 4 years into it and they're money oriented
Mm-hmm.
versus buying something from somebody who's 15, 16, 17 years into it and they're people oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it's an owner operator shop. I own the shop. I run the shop. Some other places are not like that. They're operated by employees, or an investor owns the shop and somebody's a small partner who manages the shop. But that's a big tangible difference that you can feel as a potential client of, like, this is my life, you know?
Yeah.
This is what I do.
A lot more pride in what
I
you're
mean,
doing,
listen,
yeah.
I've cleaned more cars than I've brushed my teeth. In perspective,
Yeah,
you know?
that's crazy.
I'm better at cars than I am being a father.
Yeah.
I've done it for 4 times as long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I'm better at taking care of cars and clients than I am, sadly to say, being a husband.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it for longer.
Mm-hmm.
I have more time under tension doing this than anything else in my life. My whole adult life has been doing cars.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, for you to know, I got you.
Yeah.
Like, I take care of it the right way, I promise, you know?
For sure.
And if we have issues out of ethics and morale and principles, if there ever is any issues, which very rarely, you know, I stand behind all of our services and products and everything that we do. So I have to live to the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
First class detailing. It sounds like you're getting taken care of.
Yeah.
Damn it, you're getting taken care of. You know?
Got it.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, dude.
Absolutely, bro. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Palm Harbor Local. You know, we are incredibly grateful for our sponsors who make this show possible. Jake with Roadmap Money. Be sure to check them out and support other local businesses in our community and keep Palm Harbor thriving.